What's going on, everybody out there on the tube? You're with Crypto Lifer, and welcome to the show. Hope everyone's doing great on this Wednesday morning, January 7th. Step right into the stream, educate yourself, learn something today that you didn't know yesterday. Basically. So, a lot to talk about. First thing I want to discuss is Bitcoin tanking right before my eyes. Sad scenario, actually. I want to take a tab over here. I'm actually going to have to make a trade right now on the stream. In my opinion, I don't know. I mean, I got it in at like 7,800 for a big chunk. So I was up at 84 and I didn't take it last night. Hoping we hold that 8,000, but oof. We just did a tank down to 8,006.8. That may have been the bottom there because we do see the buy up wick now happening on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 15 minutes. We can really jump in and see what's happening in real time. So we had a major sell off, then we had some buy up. Looks like we got stopped here by the 200-day moving average. That could hold us. Look, it held us right here. We did a bounce. We got close here. It kind of is creating support. But breaking through the other moving averages isn't good here on the 15 minute. Even if it is a small time frame, we want to see us get back above the 100 right now. Hopefully this 200 does hold us. Really low here on we're oversold technically. So for the short term, it looks like that was it. We're gonna have to come back up. And what does a come back up move mean? Well, look at the last time we hit the RSI here. We were at 77.41 and we bounced back up. Boom. Back to the 75, and we bounce back up to 80,143. So that's a nice right there, $250, $400 move about. We could see another $400 move back up right from this position, could put us back to 8,400. Now we're trading in a range too. We have a new range. Let's look at the 4 hour range that I was recently looking at. Let's clean it up, honestly. Now you can see my lines of resistance and support here. We really held 6,900 or 6,877. Now see, we're kind of coming back here with this Bitcoin bounce. There's a lot going on and a lot throwing off the market. There's a lot to talk about today because it's kind of a complex place to be in as a trader. There's some good and bad things going on right now. What do I see? I do see a double top here on the RSI, which means we could have a measured move down from this neckline. We could continue down into this area, into the 49 area, which would position Bitcoin back to fighting this 80, 78, 50, 7,800 range. That's something that I was really looking at. We needed to break 7,850. It was heavy resistance. It was just a line you can see here. We couldn't get through. Then we had a lower line. We got through, came back down, but when we finally did break through, that was a nice confirmation. You can see we had a good support here at the same line too. So 7,800 is... it's got a lot of there's a lot going on with it, you know. If we check on the VPVR, we could probably see a lot of action there. So it's just something to think about. What do I think is going to happen with Bitcoin? Let's just do a dive. Let's do a dive and let me see here. These are my old resistance and support lines. They do get a little cluttered sometimes. It's hard for me to see. I can recreate them again. I've had them up for weeks though. So it's like sometimes I get attached to them. I don't want to change them. Let me also put up the stream here on my end so I can see the chat, see what's going on with the chat. I hope everyone's feeling good. I know it's kind of creepy with the Iran and the war, and there's a lot going on. So I just want everyone to remain calm and poised and relaxed. Damn though, Bitcoin just losing $300 like that. Right? Where did we hit? We hit 84.63. This is the 4 hour chart. So 4, 8, you know, in a quick 16 hours, boom, Bitcoin's going. Wow, we hit 8,668. It shows up here. Oh no, we didn't. No. I'm looking at it. We hit 8,449, 8,450. Was about our resistance mark. Came back down, really holding this line here now. You can see. My line there, 8,100, 88, 880, you know, 80, 80 is seems to be a line of heavy support. We break through 80, we're coming back to 7,800. I mean, you can see clearly like not much range in that area. and it's going to stop us from plummeting. So I would put a stop loss 8,000, because we break 8,000, going to come back down. Could be one of those wick positions where we flip back up, though. You never know about Bitcoin. Honestly, I don't try to act like I know what's going on. I just try to play temporary moves in the market. A far more base play that I've been looking at, that something you guys want to look at. My predictions for Bitcoin in the next 2-3 weeks. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I am bullish in the long run. Obviously, all of us are. I mean, we make our lives off of crypto. But you know what? I'm deleting this. I'm going to give you guys a fresh picture of what I see here, because it's just time. It's time to change it up. I'll put those lines back, but you can see I'll put some lines back here. We got support there, right? And we obviously have some support here. And you see we got resistance right there. We got resistance right there. And we got some resistance right up there. That's all I need for now, right? We can use our temp lines. We can see what's going on. And we got some lines here too we need to put in. Boom. And right there, if we can hold this 8,000 range. And then we have our 7,850 here where we couldn't get through. See it right here, popped up. So anyway, we're looking at this now. Okay. Now on the 4 hour, we're in a giant triangle, okay? Which in my opinion, we're breaking out of right now. Okay, I wouldn't want to bring this level here. It doesn't make sense to me. And that spike, I'm not going to allow to run my movement. So this is what I'm seeing here, right? We're in this wedge. We're in the falling wedge. It's a 68% chance of a break to the upside. Okay. I tend to do like a pull with my wedges. Other people could say I'm wrong, wasn't that? I've seen it play out, and these are my measurements. So this is how I do it. You can do it your own way. We all have a structure, and then you find your own way as you begin to trade. All right, so we're sitting at 13,584. Is a possible breakout position. You know, I mean, that's what the textbook cards say that could happen if we break out of this falling wedge on the 4 hour. We're very high here. We're overbought. So it's sad to say that we will have to have a little bit of a correction now here, which we're having. I would like to see us even come down to 8,000 just to give this reset into this middle area so we can pop again and break 9. It's kind of, you need pullbacks to get pull-ups. Like, it doesn't work. It's not a free range, you know. What I'm really looking at, wow, Tesla just erupts. Crazy. Wow. On the 4 hour now, overbought. Tesla market cap is now bigger than Ford's was at its peak. I mean, that's big news. Definitely worth looking at. Facebook making moves 215. It was just at 194 a second ago. So that's made, you know, nice 20. It's already up 10% in literally 2 weeks. But what I'm looking at here is fun. I mean, Chainlink. Look at my old Chainlink idea. This is before Bitcoin tanked and kind of threw us all off. But Chainlink, what was doing, it was just consolidating in this area. Then it broke out of its triangle, and then look, it consolidated here on this line. It seemed to really like this level of support here. You could see we had triple bottom. 1, 2, 3, almost like an inverse head and shoulders. And that played out. It broke out to the upside. That was 174 area, but anywhere between 175 and 190. Now before, this was my aggressive buy. So what I'm going to do now is maybe certain things I gotta get rid of because they're not prevalent anymore. But we're going to move this line here, okay? And I'm going to realign it with the bottom of this and make a new triangle, okay? Which puts me now back at the bottom of the trend line, right? I could even shorten it maybe, but something like this. Start over again with this one, right? Kills me sometimes to get rid of those lines because they say a lot, and I put them up months ago. But I can rebuild them very easily because I know exactly how I did it. So I see us here, bottom of the trend line. This is poised for a breakout. Watching Link for a long time, and like, you know, just kind of something that I've been honing in on. Why Link? Because Link basically takes all the outside technology and links it to blockchain. Blockchain really can't talk to protocols outside of the blockchain, right? So it's useless. Amazing technology that it can be useless. So you could see Link break out and hit $5.45, which would be 100% or more. I love this measuring tool, and I like that they added this little arrow to it. That wasn't there before, but it's pretty cool. 119% gains if you buy the breakout, right? Aggressive buy on the line. Oh, I need the shifty one. I need the rotated triangle. But here's my aggressive buy area. Okay. Boom. Anytime the bottom of the trend line might come back up, come back down. You could kind of still think, you know, maybe make half your buy right now. It's very possible. To get into Chainlink right now, 216. And then if Bitcoin takes a big tank, it's going to take Chainlink down with it again. Sad to say. That's what's the problem with a lot of these beautiful setups. Is like I had a lot of really nice setups, and Bitcoin will just keep killing them. So I took like a nice 14 days off from trading. I just needed to clear my head, honestly, and it wasn't from horrible losses or gains or ups and downs. It just needed to clear my head. But while I've always been a Tesla supporter, and to see Tesla doing that, it makes me happy. It's a good product that's sustainable, helps the earth, and it's an amazing technology. So, yeah, but my play for this week, man, I'm starting to slow down. You can see my last my last streams, I was into 4 or 5 coins a day, bouncing around, doing a lot more trading. I'm trying to slow my trading down and basically make less trades, more gains. So I'm honing on Link right now. I'm liking it here in this position. You could even kind of swing this up here, lengthen this out a little bit. There you get more valid trend line action. But yeah, and then close this up. Seer wants to close. I mean, usually this is a good place for the breakout too. I mean, I don't see them get into the wedge here. When they do, it's exciting because then you know the move is explosive. I mean, if it breaks out of this wedge, we could see us going back to 60 cents too, though. So remember that. There's ups and downs to this game. We got overbought, so we had to get a sell-off here on the 4-hour. Let's check the daily just to see. The daily's climbing, and the RSI is about to turn. So long term, right now, this is looking good. Check it on the weekly. The weekly is just about to flip. Look, it's about to freaking get out of the bad MACD and turn. That's turning. If that's turning, it's going to go up and cross. You're in a great place. If this holds support here in the 40 region, once we get into the 50s, we're on up and running. So for the weekly, in the similar triangle, we're on the bottom of the trend line. So some good signs here for Link. Put it in your back pocket to think about. I think today I am going to make a purchase into Link. Yeah, I may get out of my Bitcoin trade because I got in at 2 different places. One at like 7,400, one at 78.46. So I'm in the green now, and you know what? I could just parlay that into Link. And if Bitcoin goes up, it should take the Link USD up as well. Let's take a look at Atom, what Atom is doing. It definitely had a downtrend. Now it's in an uptrend. So the trend's your friend until it's not. So it's definitely still moving in an uptrend right now. Let's check it out here on the 4-hour. So we got this going, which is range bound now. Now, you know what? I mean, we could. I like to be macro and micro because there's moves inside of moves inside of moves. You guys kind of know what I'm saying here, right? Insanities, but it's all true. So here we're kind of in a channel, right? Which is a rising wedge in a way, which does have only a 32% chance of a break to the upside. So this could break down in the longer term. In the shorter term, I see us in a falling wedge here, which has a 68% chance of a break to the upside. These are converging with this upwards trend line that I have. You could say that that is the point. Also, we have some resistance. Now this could have been a flip. We've broken through it. Now support. $4 is looking like psychological support, technological support. A lot is going on at this level. So honestly, it's worth looking at right now though, and it's definitely worth honing in on for a second. Can we keep up this trend line? So what you're doing is you're playing the macro micro idea that we could get a nice 20% gain here, and it still could be breaking down for the long term back to 250, 260. So we just want to play a bullish move inside of a bearish macro scale. I think this could possibly pop. Also, if Bitcoin keeps moving, now Bitcoin back up to 116, 118. A lot of movement today. Today I'm doing more of bouncing back into looking at the Dow and gold. I don't like to see this gold back to 1558, went to 1600. Why they're selling off gold so hard? And the reason why I think they're selling off gold here is Iran missile attacks. Iran aiming to miss when it hit U.S. bases in Iraq with 22 rockets. It's just Pentagon. Iran security forces find and collected the pieces of missiles as they gathered to inspect the site after Iran's Islamic Revolution Guard targeted an al-Assad airbase in Iraq, a facility jointly operated by U.S. and Iraqi forces at Bardarash district in Erbil in Iraq. Iran aimed to miss when it fired 22 missiles at U.S. forces in Iran on Wednesday night, officials in the Pentagon have claimed. And as it emerged, there were no casualties in the rocket barrage. How do you send that many rockets and not kill one person? Did we know about it? Was this a setup? However, experts say the type of missile Iran used was notoriously unreliable and that the regime may well have missed targets by accident. It came as Boris Johnson said he opposes any escalation of violence in the Middle East, and he urged Iran not to repeat its missile attacks that struck U.S. bases in Iraq overnight and called for them to back down from the conflict. The Prime Minister, who added that there appeared to be no UK casualties following the strike on the Western forces, called on Iran to pursue urgent de-escalation. As details emerged on the retaliatory strikes where 22 missiles were fired, Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said, "We urge Iran not to repeat these reckless and dangerous attacks and instead to pursue urgent de-escalation." The rockets from Iran struck U.S. targets last night, hitting 2 Iraqi air bases where American and coalition forces are based. Iraqi launched surface-to-surface missiles. It is strange that no one got hit. So I feel like people thought war was on, gold hit a high, and then gold came right back down. Sad for me because I like this, and it's almost a double top here too. But yeah, I don't like to see that. Like, I like to see gold keep its gains, but it's nice to see that gold did go that high. And it is getting reset here on the RSI back into the middle area. So we could see, maybe a little more downside to gold. We already see the bot back up. I mean, the 1550 looked like the solid price action here. We do see we have support and some support there. Is there support further back? If we look left, there is, we had strong resistance here at 1550. So look, resistance, we came up, we broke through. That could be an SR flip for gold. You could look at 1550 becoming our new bottom possibly, or our new base level of support. We may flip back to 1530, come back to 1550, but I think 1550 may be the psychological, technological holder for gold right now in the coming months. Something to look at, something to think about. All right, so I went over the coins that we're talking about. When I look at the Dow Jones, it's now up 200 points. It's almost as if people feel like we were able to kill that dude and they did nothing to us. It's like a joke. Like, we went and took your dude out, and then you guys just sent some missiles that killed nobody. It's kind of a laugh, right? The Dow is taking off as Trump speaks after Iran attack. U.S. stocks are powering ahead despite escalating tensions in the Middle East as President Trump addresses the country about Tuesday's Iranian missile attacks. Seeing a lot of movement and a lot going on. So now let's get into the news. The REPO CEO buys Bitcoin with XRP dumped on retail. And this is not true. We're just speculating. But Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, recently attempted to unfold the mystery of REPO's XRP sales that surpassed 1.2 billion. In his new tweet, he made a wild claim that the REPO CEO Growlinghouse was stacking sats with pre-mined XRP tokens. He's likely pro-Bitcoin, though he's probably stacking BTC with pre-mined XRPs on the dump rail to dump on retail. Bitcoin maximalists are most certainly not the camp you want to ask for objective take on Ripple. I mean, as reported for you today, former Ripple core developer Peter Todd recently compared the Garlinghouse Helm blockchain company to a scam Theranos. However, Garlinghouse is indeed pro-Bitcoin. During his June interview with Fortune, he revealed that he was long on Bitcoin, unlike many militant members of the crypto community. Garlinghouse doesn't see Bitcoin and XRP as direct competitors, since the former now serves as a store of value. I see the same thing. I see people getting crazy, like, oh, like, I can't wait, Bitcoin. All these XRP people will be like, XRP, Bitcoin's killing the environment. XRP superior. It's a better coin. And it may be. But Bitcoin has the value right now. And XRP is going to be a useful tool to run the monetary system, but Bitcoin, I believe, is just a store of value. You have to remember, there's billions and billions of XRP, and they add them to escrow and this and that. There's only 3 million Bitcoin left. There's also a CEO of XRP. If he dies or gets sick or something happens, God forbid, I don't wish that. I am just making a hypothetical scenario here. If that would to happen, it would slow them down. They'd have to look for an interim CEO. They'd probably have to have a meeting immediately. There is no head of Bitcoin. There's no CEO. Bitcoin is run by the people for the people. So you got to remember that. Monero's Triptych research could vastly improve its anonymity. The Monero Research Lab has released Triptych in January 6 paper proposing a trustless logarithmic sizing ring signatures as Monero's core anonymity mechanism. Research aimed at decreasing their size could improve the coin's privacy significantly. Basically, what I was thinking about is they have rings. And what the rings do is they basically add more anonymity to the transaction. They're called decoys, right? So there's currently 24 decoys added by the default to any transaction. But a user can choose to use fewer or more of them, which impacts the cost. So the more, the harder you want the transaction to be, buffered in to its anonymity, the more you'll pay. Triptych's primary innovation is making the byte size of ring signatures scale logarithmically with the number of decoys instead of linearly. This would allow a dramatic increase in the ring size without the major performance issues, So if you want to add more rings, it won't add up more space, There's still a lot more work going on, and it's not done yet, but it is what it is, and it's exciting. And I just like to report on Monero. I don't think enough people do, and I have a secret love affair with Monero. Bitcoin's price will be golden in 2020 thanks to limited supply, increasing use of the Bloomberg report. Interesting. Increasingly global uncertainties and a weak dollar will likely push more investors into Bitcoin as it becomes recognized as a store of value. The cryptocurrency's fixed supply will further drive price increases throughout the year. Sorry for the sirens, I just live in a city where there's constantly drama. Bitcoin's 2020 Crypto Outlook report. Monday predicts Bitcoin's price could move to the top of the 2019 range and retest a $14,000 high at a time when a weak dollar and stock market volatility continue and geopolitical tensions increase. Bitcoin's initial reaction to the January 3rd U.S. airstrike that killed one of Iran's most powerful generals was a good test of our premise that the firstborn crypto is maturing towards the digital version of gold. Bitcoin jumped to a 7-week high Wednesday as gold rallied to $1,600 for the first time since 2013. Bitcoin has long been seen as digital gold, in part because it's a limited asset that cannot be easily increased to meet changing demand, much like the yellow metal. The halving event expected later this year will reduce block rewards from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoin, further adding to the supply pressures should demand continue to grow. Bitcoin supply is projected to grow by about 2.5% in 2020, which would be an all-time low. That's partially due to the halving of the block reward from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoin in 2021. Supply in 21 could well fall below 2%, analysis say. See? Increasingly, investment in Bitcoin could take many forms, believe the analysts. The rapid expanding derivatives market, a sign of integration into mainstream markets, would better enable institutional investors to gain exposure to the asset class. This could have knock-on effects on price and decreasing volatility, thereby reinforcing Bitcoin's status as a store of value. Not everyone's convinced Bitcoin and gold share a strong bond. Matty Greenspan, former of quantum economics, which specializes in cryptocurrencies and foreign exchange, called such a relationship weak and noted the correlation between the two assets was negative until recently. Bitcoin has also been prone to periods of short, sharp volatility. The asset surged up 10,000 after President Xi called for his country to accelerate its blockchain technology before retracing to its former range weeks later. Yeah, like you don't see gold do that. That's why I own gold, Bitcoin, silver. I keep myself hedged in a few different things. God forbid, you know. Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin while Tether recedes. 10 cryptocurrency industry predictions. A year is a long time in the fast-moving cryptocurrency space, and the beginning of 2020 gives another chance to lay out predictions for the next 12 months. Respected cryptocurrency analysis firm Skew was taken into Twitter to outline 10 possible industry developments. I want to see like the number here. They'd show all 10 here. Libra to soft launch, USD to finally recede. What does that mean, to finally recede? More so, Tether, which has been leading Bitcoin in terms of trading value through most of 2019, is predicted to fall away. The effects of this could be rather significant, as it is the biggest mover of a cryptocurrency in the market. Yeah, why would Tether move away, though? I'm confused by that. But whatever. Something I have to dive into there. I researched this guy, the Wealth Research Group. Definitely worth checking out. I like them if you want to look into them. John McAfee drops his $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. Says Bitcoin isn't the future. Eat my dick in 12 months. A ruse to onboard newer users. It worked. Bitcoin was first. It's ancient technology. All know it. Newer blockchains have privacy, smart contracts, distributed apps, and more. Bitcoin is our future. Was the Model T the future of the automobile? Now, I just want to let you guys know, on January 15th, I'll be having John McAfee on the channel. So he'll be live here, and I'm super excited about that. I spent weeks reaching out and getting everything ready, and yeah, so he will be there, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. If you have any questions you want to ask, let me know. DM me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. That's where I'll be, taking in the questions and then figuring it out. You can also comment here, but I may miss it. The DMs on Twitter will guarantee get read, and I'll add them. I definitely think my comments here will get read as well. I'm just saying, like, if you want to get everything, comment here and DM me. Make sure. I buy my gold from goldsilver.com. Mike Maloney. Tell them the Remote Chief sent you. If you want to buy anything, we got precious metals, bars. Today's actually a good day now. The gold has receded a bit. I don't know if the prices have reacted here because they seem about the same. But yeah, like say you want to buy your first gold, I would buy a gold bar. Okay, I'll show you exactly what to do. And what they have is our choice, because they have different metals. They're all the same gold. Don't worry, not crazy. Some people prefer just a Credit Suisse bar, but why pay $20 more for an ounce of gold? So here you just get 1 ounce of gold at our choice, and basically they choose between a Perth Mint. That's beautiful too. Kind of like that one with the girl's face on it. A Swiss 1 troy ounce. You might get a Republic Metals, but whatever happens, you get an ounce of gold. Highest quality, pure gold. So, yeah, 1581, man. So that's basically the cheapest you might get gold right now. And then, of course, if you're a coin collector or you like certain coins, then by all means, I think the best coin to get is that US, this US Golden Eagle. It's a beautiful coin. It's in at $1,620 already for an ounce of a golden ounce of these coins, man. Just 2 weeks ago, they weren't worth that much. They were $14.78. Buying gold 2-3 weeks ago was a great idea. Bought this gold chain 3 weeks ago. It already made me $150. Can't believe it. These Canadian gold and maple leafs are great. I really like these Australian gold kangaroos. The common date, which you can get any date ones, or you can get the brand new one. Like, the coin might be a little beat up. It doesn't matter. It's gold. When investing in gold, I don't think you should think too much about, they call them numismatic coins, or collectors and stuff like that. You will find certain coins that have more value because they're collector coins. Now they also have gold. But for the most part, if you were going to get into gold today, I would tell you to get this one here. Common date, American Golden Eagle at $16.15. But honestly, your first ounce of gold, I would just go get a bar, and I would order the gold bar right here at $15.81. Also, you could wait for the price to change, but Mike Maloney's the best. You can also follow him on YouTube. I really like how he talks. I really like what he says. He gives you education, the reasons for why you're buying gold. He has a lot of understanding. He went through a lot. He explains his life process of how he got to where he is now. Amazing person. You watch my video on my channel, which is, I have a video on my channel that talks about 9/11 to Bitcoin. Just Google 9/11 to Bitcoin. I probably should come up. I don't know how many people. Let's see this. Let's go to YouTube. Just see, because I don't know how many people put those in a title together. 9/11 to Bitcoin. See if they honor me and get me in there. They don't, right? No. Kind of sad. Like John Oliver a year ago talking about cryptocurrencies. Funny. Look at my videos though, and we go down, down, down. You're gonna see here 9/11 to Bitcoin, how the 9/11 tragedy led me to the crypto space. Amazing video, really talks about my life. It's one of the first videos I put out on my channel because I really wanted people to understand who I was and what I'm doing and why I'm here. I'm not just some guy trying to hit views and clickbait here. Like, I'm really getting deep into what I'm talking about. And this is years and years of me understanding myself and the nature of the economy that I live in. And I put a lot of time and effort into analyzing gold, the Federal Reserve, the stock market. So I have a unique perspective over years of collected information to give me this niche look and magnifying glass into what's happening today. It's like as if I've been poised for this moment now. But yeah, if you want to buy gold, this is a great site, and this is where I would buy gold. I've also bought gold from Shift Gold before, but you could just, here, let's just check the prices. It's just interesting, right? I'll check the prices for you guys real fast just to see what's going on. I feel like they don't put their prices online as well as Mike Maloney does. Buy gold and silver, right? How to buy gold, he says. Gold bars, right? 1 ounce gold bars. So we got 1581 was the cheapest we get a bar, right? See, our prices are the lowest in the bit. You have to call and see the price. They're gonna go over with you on the phone at the time, and they're gonna add a little money to spot. Like, so right now, you're gonna go and see the gold price, 1560. So like 1580, yeah, they throw $20. Like, you're not gonna get an ounce of gold cheaper than 1580 today. That's about it. Yeah. So I don't know. But today I have a lot of stuff going on. I actually have like meetings, a dentist appointment. Like, I have to run all over New York City. So yeah, I just wanted to get the stream done, tell you guys what's going on. The missiles missed, every missile missed. I feel like they purposely missed on purpose. So there was attacks planned by Soleiman that was days from happening. Now another thing, U.S. banned airlines from flying over Iraq and Iran. That's interesting. One last thing, though, I don't know if you guys noticed, was that like a civilian plane in Iran went down last night. Is that something to do with us? It's just strange coincidence, right? Everyone on the plane died. Iran, you just have to write Boeing crash, right? It's just really weird, right? Ukraine Boeing with 160 on board comes down near Tehran. Iranians, Canadians, Ukrainians, Swedes, Afghans, Germans, and 3 Britons killed in the crash, reports say. A passenger plane bound for Ukrainian capital Kyiv crashed a few minutes after taking off from Tehran's main international airport, killing 167 people. Iran's Red Crescent said there was no chance of finding survivors, and Peek Hussein Kulavad, an Iranian emergency official, later told State TV all those on board had been killed. Victims of the crash included 82 Iranians, 63 Canadians, 11 Ukrainians, 10 Swedes, 4 Afghans, 3 Germans, and 3 Britons, according to Ukraine's foreign minister. Sad, man, the loss of life. That's why we can't have these wars. None of us benefit from these wars, man. The only one who benefits is the military-industrial complex, These are the guys who were killed in the crash. See, 3 Britons. Sam Zolki, Saeed Tamzi, and Mohammad Rizi were all on the Ukrainian International Airport. Wow. It's crazy when you see the faces. Like, these are real people, man. Like, he's holding his dog like 2 days ago. You know? A senior reservoir engineer who had studied at the Harrow-Watt University in Edinburgh. We are shocked and deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our friend and colleague. He had worked for BP for more than 14 years, according to his LinkedIn profile. He had a daughter. One guy had a daughter under the age of 10 years old, man. Like, you know, my daughter loves me to death. Like, I just want to shed a tear. Like, he's not going to come home to his daughter, man. It's like, yo, I really am compassionate to human life, and it gets to me, guys. And, like, you know, that's why I'm streaming every day. Like, there's a reason I'm out here. There's a reason I'm out here. A reason I do what I do for a living, you know. I care about other people. I truly care about the human race. I truly care about where we're going as a group. And I want to make a difference every day that I can. So I'm sure I'm not perfect, and sometimes I slip up. But I want to stay true to who I am, and I want to make a difference. That's what Crypto Lifer really is. That's why some of these videos, like this one here, Not Only the Bitcoin, they're deep, man. I get into some real topics about who I am and what happened to me. Top 10 best YouTube crypto channels. This is a great video too. Really good information. Help you find who is who on YouTube, who's true to themselves and who isn't. Because there's a lot of people that are not true to themselves on YouTube. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Anyone that watches my channel, I just feel so blessed. My 37 subscribers, I am blessed to have you guys. 37 people that wake up and actually cared about me and hit the subscribe button. You know, one of my videos is about to approach 100 views. This one right here. Yo, all 100 people that watched that video, thank you. Even if you watched a second of it, if you clicked it for a minute, thank you. Thank you. I just want to express my gratitude today, and you know, I'm so appreciative to be alive, and I'm super happy that I have this life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video, and I'm coming at you live. But stay tuned for more. I'll also be doing real edited videos too. Won't be just live streaming. This is just to get some momentum. But I love the live stream because I don't know what I'm exactly going to say. I structure the show, and then next thing you know, like, some gems come out. And I think it's because I'm in the moment, I'm in the feeling, and I'm doing what I love. So thank you guys so much for watching yet again. I can only say thank you so many times, but I can say thank you a million times, because gratitude is key to abundance. And yeah, stay tuned for more, guys, and keep your wits about you. Let's check the price of Bitcoin before I sign off, because hey, that's what it's all about. Gold back to 1560, 1561. It looked like it bottomed at 1550. See, it's already recovering from that little dip. Lot going on, lot going on. Ooh, Bitcoin dropping like a fly, man. 80-30 now. Not holding that range. So we will see what happens. But stay tuned for more. And don't worry. Be safe. Listen to your heart. Check out Link, man. Iron Link right now. But thank you guys again. Have a wonderful day. And be safe out there. Oh, big news. I'm going to CES. Flying out to Vegas. So I'll be streaming from Vegas at some point, somewhere. So stay tuned for that, guys. That'll be fun. And I'll ask how many people own Bitcoin out there. I'll do some street interviews, edit a little video. We'll have a lot of fun with that. So stay tuned, man.